and I'll do the introductions and then we'll roll.
Gary, I'm liking your office back there. You got a all kinds of assorted paraphernalia back there.
Oh yeah, this well, pictures that I hardly come in here. I call it office. I don't do office stuff.
Like there's a
I call it office. But you gotta have it.
All right, you're live, Brian. I can see it on my end.
Yep, I'm going to share it to Spring Nuts, and then I will share it to the Spring Nut Cafe. And then we are off and rolling. It will stop glitching on me. All right, going up on Spring Nuts.
So is it Ryan or Brian?
Ryan.
Ryan.
Ryan. R-Y-E-N.
Nolan
Funny.
Ryan.
It's funny because most people get the last name right wrong. You're getting the first.
Hey, that's okay, Gary. You can call me anything you want. I've heard worse, so you can call me anything you want.
Now I'm not feeling so bad. I've been getting his last name wrong for like 10 years. So
I know.
you're not getting the first name right. Then you're making me laugh.
That I didn't even ask him his last name.
Let's not go there.
You don't need to know. You don't need to know. All right, we are live and rolling, Howie.
All right. Let's want to welcome everybody to the latest edition of the Spring Nut Cafe podcast. We have our host, Ryan Hilligoss, at the helm, once again, running the ship. We have my beautiful wife and my partner in crime, Mrs. Julie Chaz,
Hey.
and the pride of Ocean Grove, Stan Goldstein. Now, tonight, many people throw out the word legends and icons very freely, including myself. Okay. But tonight is not one of those nights. When I use the word legends and icons, this one applies 1000%. And I know we all agree. This guy is every sense of the word a legend and an icon, someone that we're so proud and honored to have on our show. I've been trying to get him for a while, and thankfully we able to get this done. I want to welcome wholeheartedly to the Spring Nut Cafe, the legend, Gary U.S. Bonds. Welcome, Gary.
Hey, glad to be here.
Yay.
They call it a legend. That's because that says I'm old.
No. Not old, not old. We should all be as old as you and as cool as you at your age. Okay. I wish I'm that cool.
Amen.
Well,
Gary, I saw you at the Light of Day back in January. That's the first time I've seen you live on stage. I've seen you go out on video and
Yeah.
on screens, but that's the first time I saw you live, and it was a fantastic show.
Oh, good. Yeah, we had a great time there. Well, we always have a good time, actually. I can't complain. You
Well,
know,
I
we
loved it
had
because
fun.
there was a moment where you and Bruce were playing, and I don't know what happened, but one of you missed something or whatever. There was a cue that was missed, and Bruce looked at you, and you looked at him, and it's like you guys had the secret language between the two of you.
Yeah, hey, you screwed up, brother.
Wow. All right, Ryan, it's all you, brother.
All right. Well, Gary,
Yes, sir.
just as Howie said, this is a privilege for me personally, and certainly a privilege for us to have you on our cafe. We've had a lot of special guests in the last couple months, but this is right up there and top of my list. So thank you for being here.
But thank you, my friend.
All right. For those of people watching at home who maybe don't know know your backstory, I think everybody that's a Bruce fan here knows you have a relationship with Bruce, but we want to know about you personally. So tell us a little bit about yourself, where you grew up, family, all that kind of stuff.
Well, I was born in Jacksonville, Florida,
Hmm.
many, many moons ago. And I think I left Jacksonville, from what they tell me, when I was about 3 years old. We moved to Norfolk, Virginia. I still don't know why we did that,
We're glad you did.
But I think it was because my grandmother was involved with a Navy man, and Norfolk, of course, is what the second largest naval base in the world. So I think that was the reason why we came there. And she grabbed my mom and moved there with her. And my mom had just had me 3 years ago with my father, who was a professor at college at Florida State College
Hmm.
back then. And I don't know, I guess grandma didn't like him. I have no idea what happened there. And then, and we moved to Virginia, me and grandma and mom. And then we met up with grandpa, who I'd never met, you know. It's a long story. You don't want to get into that.
We want to hear about you,
Yeah,
Phil.
well, we want to know where you come from and your family and all that kind of stuff. Do you have siblings?
Well, I have a half sister,
Hmm,
well, Father Joyce, who just passed away a couple of years ago.
sorry.
She
sorry.
had yeah, she had a brain, what do they call it?
Aneurysm?
Aneurysm.
Bellas something, a very
Glioblastoma.
something like, yeah, that very few people have.
God.
And she got it and passed. She's a beautiful, beautiful girl too. And very smart, very smart. She was like my old man. My old man, by the way, went to when he did college. That's all he did all his life was learn,
Hmm.
Unlike me. All he wanted to do was teach and learn. He got every degree that you could possibly think of, and she was on the verge of doing that also. So, I was on the verge of quitting everything I could find that concerned school,
Hmm.
which I did. He wasn't very proud of me of that.
Well, look
but
at you now.
but mom was a she taught piano in Virginia.
Hmm.
She was a pianist. She knew all that good classical stuff, and
Hmm.
she loved blues and jazz.
Mm.
Which she got me into music. She wanted me into music, and the only thing I could do was sing. I didn't want to play piano because, why would I do that? If I did that in Virginia with all those Navy boys out there, they would have beat the hell out of me. So I told Mom, I said, Mom, please don't teach me piano. I'll do anything but that. I don't want to get beat up.
Oh man.
So I did two things back then. I learned how to sing, which she taught me chords on the piano, and I learned how to box.
Hmm.
Those are two things I thought I needed there to survive. And hey, it turned out to be true. It turned out to be exactly what I was. And then I moved to New York with my wife. She was from Williamsburg, Brooklyn. Still is. And by the way, we've been married now last month, March 18th, so 64 years now.
Wow.
Holy cow. Wow.
Good for
Congratulations.
you. God bless you.
Congratulations.
Right,
Wow.
thank you.
Wow.
I don't think she'll accept it. Congratulations, but okay.
Again, that playbook.
But I do,
I love her.
Yeah, she's the survivor. And I don't know. And then I moved out here to Long Island,
Wow.
and I've been here almost 48, 49 years now.
Mm.
Hmm.
And there you have it in a nutshell. This is my life.
All right.
And
64 years. What is the I'm sure a lot of people watching. What's the secret?
hey, look, how long you been married?
I'm not anymore. I was married for
Yeah.
about 15 years, but
That's why we're asking you the secret.
yeah, that's what I need to know for my next time, Gary. I need to know.
It's too late for you now.
Me and Julie are 7 years, so
No, I think that's one part of it is she was she was singing and our first years in marriage because she was with singing on her own, and then she joined up with the Platters, and she was with them for a while.
Oh, wow.
So we were both on the road. We were passing in the night, so to speak, and we did a lot of that. But and so I guess with that, it kept us alive. When we saw each other, we were glad to see each other,
Mm.
and now that we're here together, and now we're having problems. No.
Gary, you have to have your own podcast. You have to have your own show.
So
You're much
Gary,
better than what's on TV.
No, she's a great lady. She loves to laugh, and so do I, as you can see. I mean, we just tell jokes to each other all day, every day, from morning till night, and we stay up all night.
Wow, till
I
quarter to
mean,
three.
I don't go to bed. I go to bed late.
Quarter to three?
quarter to three.
3, 4, actually 3 or 4 o'clock is when I start going to bed. She'll
Wow.
start going like 1, 2 now,
Mm.
but she used to be up with me a lot. And my daughter's like that. Well, we're like being in show business. We're not used to going to bed early. We used to being up all night. But that's ours. And so my daughter's like that too. You know, and so are the cats and the dogs. So
Wow.
anyway, that's it for. I don't know what else to tell you about my
No,
life.
that's plenty. So your mom played piano.
Yeah.
So she taught you how to sing. So talk us kind of through like how you got into being a professional musician, bands that you were with, all that kind
Well,
of
that was
stuff.
we had a group back in Virginia when I guess I was about 16, 17 years old, and we called us. We were trying to form a gang. You know, I don't know what kind of gang we were going to be. None of us. We couldn't beat each other out of a paper, but we said, yeah, let's get a name. We're going to be a gang now. So we named ourselves the Turks. And we found out the only fight we had was how to sing a note. So mom would take us on the back porch and she'd play chords for us. So we'd learn how to sing these chords, and we formed the group. And we did pretty good. We didn't come in first only a few times in Virginia in the little contest they had at high school and all that. And the rec rooms and all that. But we'd come in second every time. The uh, the showstoppers would come in first. That was the guy had given me just a little more time,
Oh yeah.
Yep.
and
Yep.
I love her. He came in first with the humdingers, what they were called then. I think they called themselves later. What was the name of the group? They were a big group. I forgot the name of the group though. But oh man, I can't think of the name of the group. But they'd come in first because they could dance. I couldn't dance.
Uh,
I had 3 left legs.
The chairman of the board, is that it?
Chairman of the board, that's who
Yeah,
it
I
was.
just
Yeah,
looked it up. Yeah.
yeah,
By
that's who the
Google.
chairman of the board. And they had a recording down the street from us on Church Street. And we would always compete. They were always, good friends and everything. But we just at the contest they'd win because I mean they were doing flips and all kinds of crazy stuff, you know, and we could hardly get off our chairs, but we could sing.
So the Turks, were you doing like doo-wop, just
Yeah,
vocal harmonizing?
just doo-wop. That was all doo-wop then. We were emulating or trying to emulate, the Drifters, the Coasters. My favorite guy back then was Clyde McFadden. I love Clyde McFadden.
Mm.
Yep.
You know, I wanted to emulate him, but I couldn't find underwear tight enough to get those high notes out like he did. Well, he could sing up there, boy. I tell you, I couldn't do that. But I loved him. I loved all the high notes that he could get. There were a few other groups. The Spaniels were really cool back then, and they were from nearby. They were from the Hampton Roads area, and they also had another group that was from down there too. It was the Clovers, I think, something like that. There's a lot of good groups that came out of that area. You know that we had not much to do. You either join the Navy or sing.
What a choice.
Or become a prostitute. And those other options weren't open for me.
So the choice was made for you.
So how did you get into professional recording? Did somebody scout you out? Did you go looking for a studio somewhere to get in? Walk us through that.
No, on the corner there of where I live, of Olney Road and Granville Avenue, was where we would sing on the corner. And Boone's Market was on that corner by the mailbox. When they had mailboxes back then. That's what I'm telling you my age now.
Mm.
And we'd sing out there, not to make money, but just to attract girls. You know, because we get out there, we'd sing, and the girls would stop and they'd come listen, and we'd smile and how you doing? So Frank Guida, who owned the record store there on Church Street in Norfolk, on his way from his house to his work, would stop and listen to us singing on the corner.
Mm.
And one day he pulled over and he goes, "Hey guys, you guys sound good." He says, "One day, in about a year or two, I'm going to open up a recording studio. Would you guys be willing to come in and do some recordings with us?" And we all said, of course, we'd love to do that, you know. And sure enough, he did 2 years later.
Mm.
But by then, I think Moose, I think Frizzell, and I think Tank, those guys had joined, one had joined the Air Force, one had joined the Army. The other one had moved out of town, and it was just me there. So he took me in and we recorded New Orleans.
Mm.
And it became a hit. The first time out of the box, you know. We got a hit out of that thanks to Dick Clark,
Wow.
you know, and that was it. That's how I got into showbiz.
So, like, what year was that?
That was 1959.
Mm.
When you say thanks to Dick Clark, did you go on to American Bandstand? Is that why you're saying that?
Well, we put it out. We put the record out on LeGrand Records, and it was doing okay, but not really that good. So Frank and I got in his car and we drove to Philadelphia, which wasn't that far. You know, it was about three and a half hour drive. And we had a meeting with Dick Clark.
Hmm.
And said, "Mr. Clark, you know, is there anything we can do to get this thing going?" He goes, "Yeah, you know, I like this." He said, "Let me put it on Bandstand that day." And he put it on there, and it went wow. In fact, at that time, it was the only record that Dick Clark put on American Bandstand and played it twice on
Wow.
American Bandstand, you know, and that was it. And he bounced it. Now before then, with the radio stations that were already on it, they liked it, but they didn't like it because they said it
Sorry, I think
sounded.
my thing.
What happened? Oh, they said it sounded inferior because of the sound. Did you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're here.
Yeah, it said it sounded inferior because, and it did. You know, if you go back and listen to it, it didn't sound like a record out of Chicago or L.A., or the big recording cities, it sounded like it was at a party at somebody's house, you know. And but he said, I think it's unique. I think it sounds good. So he put that in the other DJs around the country's head. They accepted that. And they started playing. Yeah, it does sound like that. It's a good record. So I always thank Dick Clark for
Wow.
making it the record that it was and making me who I am.
Hmm.
Did you make any money, Gary, back then on it?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I did. I actually made a lot of money. My first check was $127,000
Wow.
Oh,
back
In
then.
1959?
Yeah. Well,
Wow.
1960, because
60.
the record
Wow.
didn't really come out till
wow.
it exploded until 1960.
Wow.
So yeah. So all the guys that were complaining and bitching about not getting any money back then, I go, well, one thing I got on you is I found out how to not get cheated before you found out that you were getting cheated.
Good for you.
I got lucky on that one. Things changed shortly after that.
Oh.
But
So
that was the
you
first
had
one.
New Orleans, and then right on the heels of that, Cordial 3. Talk to us about Cordial 3. Where'd that come from?
Well, Quarter to Three wasn't Not Me was the second release. Remember Not Me by the All-Ons?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm down in California, red hot tree grow, all that stuff. That was a song that sold 900,000 copies and was hardly ever on the radio because they banned it.
Whoa.
They said it was it was too violent because they said something about punching the guy in the face and the other.
Today that's nothing.
Hey,
Today.
I should have been G-rap. Yeah, they banned that thing. But the Harlons put it out, but about 3 years later, it was number one for them. So it was a good record.
Wow.
And Quarter to Three was a song that was actually recorded by Daddy G. It was called A Night with Daddy G. It was an instrumental who a couple of DJs out of Philadelphia used to use it as their song. What do you call that? To come on the radio
Intro.
with?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the intro.
Their intro.
Yeah, the intro. That was just a couple of big DJs. That's all they use. So Frank said, "Well, we need lyrics for that. Gary, can you write some lyrics to that thing?" Well, I guess so. Now, meanwhile, let me tell you, I'm not a lyricist. It never was, but now they see I am. Okay. And all of a sudden I became Bob Dylan or something. So I went, okay, so I went in the room at the studio and wrote down these lyrics. I think it took me 10, 15 minutes to put down.
I love that.
Wow.
But come on, you read the lyrics, you go, hey, the guy's a genius. Sure. But we came back out and he went, okay, call the guys up, let's record it. Everybody lived in the neighborhood. Got the band together, the Church Street Five, went in there, and about 2 hours later, we had finished.
Amazing.
Wow.
And that was it. So we just put lyrics to A Night with Daddy G.
Wow. Didn't know that.
Yeah.
How many takes? Did you work on the arrangement together with the band?
Well, we already had the arrangement because he had the song out, A Night with Daddy G. So we knew how it went. We just had to get the background, I call them background singers, but they weren't singers. They just yelled shit. I mean, they yelled stuff out.
You can say it. You can
You
say
can
it.
say whatever you want. You're not We're not under the FCC rules here. You can say whatever you want.
But we don't ban you for saying punch in the face here or anything like that. You can
Oh,
say
okay, good. So they just recorded it like it was, and I think I did double track on it, But I've always been good at I could sing it, I could sing thing one way this way, and come back 2 hours later and sing it the exact same way again, you know. Which they thought was remarkable, which I thought was pretty stupid. But can anybody do that?
Mm.
And yeah, I did. And we did that, and I tell you, we put it out, and it seemed like hours when they released it. They went, "Wow, what a record!" And there I was again. I went, "Wow, man, this music business is easy."
Got it all figured out.
I did that, and I didn't even take a course.
Meanwhile, it took Bruce like 3 years to write Born to Run.
Hey, well, he's a slow learner.
Again, only you can tell him that.
Gary, did you start touring then, or you were part of some of these rock and roll extravaganzas too, right? On the road?
Now that's another thing. Wait a minute, I got to take a sip out of my
Yeah, look at that great
Yeah.
mug that Gary's the spring nut collectible mug over there. Blew me away. Gary U.S. Bonds with a spring nut mug. What's better? That made my year.
I know.
Thank you, Gary.
So we did we started the DJs, the white DJs started playing the New Orleans and 2:45.
Mm.
Which, back then, I don't know, you guys are a little maybe too young for that. But there was a lot of prejudice back in that day, and they didn't play black recorded music on white radio stations.
Mm.
But they thought I was white. So Frank said, well, we can't take any any film, and we can't take any pictures.
Oh my God.
And we can't put you on the tours, because if we do, then they'll know you're black.
That's
Wow.
so,
So I stayed in for like almost a year.
oh my God.
And then the records got so big, they said, we got to see who it is. I went on the Dick Clark show,
Whoa.
Caravan of Stars.
Hmm.
And we're touring. And I'm touring with, Bobby Rydell and Paul Anka, the Freddie Cannon, all the white acts, and me. So when we get on the bus, it was cool. I mean, we were all fine, Musicians never had a problem. It was all the other idiots that had problems with race.
Right.
Musicians, yeah, So we get to the hotel and they go, Bob, stay on the bus. We got there. So, okay.
Oh man.
I stay on the bus. They go in, they get all the rooms, and then they go into the back. They park the bus in the back, and then I get out and come in and go in my room. Now, I can't come out, but that was cool to me, because I just sit in the room and lay on the bed watching, TV, all 3 channels they had back then.
Yeah.
And I go, hey, call the other room. Hey, Avalon. Yeah, what's up? I'm gonna need a steak. Medium rare. And they would all go and get my
That's incredible.
and get my food. I never left the room. They get I need a ham and cheese sandwich. When can I get it here, Freddie? You think you can get it in 10 minutes or whatever? So it was a cool thing for me.
Wild.
Wow.
So that was my beginnings out there, and I had a blast. and the shows went over great. All the people were happy to hear it, and
Well, you
it was good
basically
writing.
the setup on the review was there'd be whatever, 5, 6, 7, 10 acts. You'd all come out and play what, 2, 3, 4 songs, and
Oh
then
yeah,
do multiple shows in a day.
oh yeah.
Wow.
Well, yeah. Well, on the tours we actually do one show, but we go from town to town, and we'd have it could be, yeah, it could be up to 10 acts on the show
Hmm.
or more at the Apollo and it shows like that, which is a little different. But I remember going and working at the Apollo. We'd start at like 11 o'clock in the morning. We have the first show,
Oh,
and we'd have maybe 5 during the week every day.
wow.
On the weekends, you'd have like 7, but you'd only do 2 or 3 songs. But you're there all day. And those are fun too.
Hmm.
Those are a lot of fun too. I kind of miss. I kind of really miss those days. Well, I wouldn't want to do them now because I'm too old for that crap now. But back then, when you're young, man, you could do 5 to 7 shows a day. You could stay up all day and all night.
Mhm.
Now you got to wake me up to get me up.
Hear ya.
All right, Gary. So for people watching at home, we got a big Bruce base here. Tell us about your first interactions, your meeting Bruce and Stevie, and kind of lead us down that road a little bit.
Well, Stevie I've known for a while. Stevie was a guitarist with the Dovells
Mm.
back in the day. So I met him when he was when we were doing those tours.
So you were on the tour with the Dovells when Stevie was part of that.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
yeah, back then. And then like Clarence is from my home,
Mhm.
you know. So I knew Clarence before he got there.
Hmm.
The only one I didn't know was Bruce. But I got to meet him later, when he came down to the club in Jersey to see me, at the hangar.
Mm.
Hangar. Yeah.
The Hangar?
Yeah.
Stan, where is that?
A Hazlitt, I believe.
Yeah, it was Hazlitt.
Yeah. It's
It
like
was
exit
Hazlitt.
117 off the Parkway, about 20 miles, 15, 20 miles north of Asbury Park.
Yeah, yeah, that was the first time he came in, and I had no idea who he was
Hmm.
because I'd been playing what I call the Holiday Inn tour by then, because we were doing all the Holiday Inns and the Sheratons, and we were doing those motels. Everybody was doing those back in those days too. And so I'm up on the stage and singing, and a couple of guys. One guy came up and goes, "Hey, Bond, I had a friend of mine out here, and he wants to sing some songs with you." And I go, "Yeah, okay." And I went, "Hey, that'd be cool.
Mm.
I can get a guy to come up and sing and take my spot. Then I can go to the bar and, and have a beer or stuff. And I said, "What's his name?" He told me his name. I went, "Okay, that's cool. It's a weird name, but all right." So, ladies and gentlemen, we got a young man out here who wants to sing some songs with us, and I'm sure he's a great man. Let's get together and give him this old nice Jersey round of applause for my friend and your friend, the one and only, whoever he is, Bruce Spring somebody. Here we go. And they went, "Wow." And I went, "Who the hell? Who is this?" Well,
You didn't know he had been doing quarter to three, huh, at all?
I had no clue who he was.
What year was this?
1976,
Yeah,
October
Wow,
'76.
so
it was 76. Yeah,
Yep,
Okay.
October '76.
It was after Born to Run.
Yeah.
yeah, because I was out doing,
Mm.
my Holiday Inn act. And he got up, man, and hey, Bub, how you doing? Okay. And we started doing these things. Yeah, I know that one. And we were up there for, I guess, about an hour, hour and a half.
Wow.
Oh, we were blasted. I had a blast with him. He was a fun guy, and he had a good time. And the club owner was like ecstatic. He was all over the place. And we got through it. Bruce and we had a couple of beers. Man, I'm playing the Capitol Theater in about a month or so. Come on down to Capitol with me. And I did that. And we did another theater that he was at. And then we just became friends, then. And he was following me around. I was following him around. And we had a blast. We've been buddy buddy ever since. Still owes me $5 though.
Yeah, I heard about that.
$5. I don't know about this. You got to tell me this, Gary.
No, I was just kidding.
I think Bruce thinks you're serious at this point.
Well, he should give me the damn $5.
Right.
So you guys met, and then Stevie talked to you to coming into the studio to do the 2 albums together. How did that happen?
Well, I think we were. I'm trying to remember how that went off. No, that was Bruce. Bruce called me one day. He was in the studio, and he said, "I got this song, man. That he says we just started recording." He said, "But the song sounds exactly like you."
Hmm.
He said, "Would you come in and do it?" No, not come in and do it. Come in and listen.
Mhm.
And I'll go, okay. Now, meanwhile, I'm in Long Island. He's in Manhattan. He's at the
Power
Electric
plant.
power plant,
Right.
power station.
Yeah.
And so I went in there, and sure enough, it was dedication.
Mm.
It was dedication. I went, yeah, that sounds like some crap I would do, you know. And he said, you want to do it? I go, well, I can't dance, might as well. And we did it. And he loved it. He went, man. He said that sounds great. That's the way it's supposed to sound.
Mm,
You want to do any more? Blah 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 blah. Yeah. All right, that's how the dedication album came to be.
great album.
Because he started with that, and then it ballooned into other things. And then we got Steve involved. And then Steve got totally involved with the On the Line album. So yeah, we were just started being studio rats by then.
Mhm.
Because
Wow.
Bruce already was a studio rat. He wanted to be in there all the time.
So for dedication, you got Joey Blonde. Was that your idea? Had you been performing that live
I,
prior to
I
that?
I had never heard of it.
Okay. So we got Joey Blonde, This Little Girl, written by
Yeah,
Bruce. Your
yeah,
Love, written by Bruce.
yeah, and
Dedication.
yeah. I thought Jolie Blanc was an old Cajun song, but I didn't realize later that he had written it.
It's Only Love, a Beatles song.
Yeah,
Pretender from Jackson Brown.
yeah, great
Mhm.
song. I love that song.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah,
Way back.
I saw Jackson Brown not too long ago, and he told me some. Man, you killed Pretender. I go, yeah, you did a pretty good job yourself.
You got Way Back When.
Yeah, that's an old song from a friend of mine wrote.
From a Buick 6. Wow, this is quite a swath
Yeah,
of eras you're covering here. From a Buick 6, and then Just Like a Child.
Mm.
yeah, yeah. From a Buick 6. That was yeah, that was Bruce's thing.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh, I didn't know that.
he loved that. He said, "Can you do anything with that?" I go, "Well, I can't do it the way that's I don't want to do it that way."
Hmm.
And he, well, do it the way you want to do it. Okay. Don't ever tell me to do that.
Wow.
So, what was the feeling going from the Holiday Inn and circuit to wow, you're relevant. You're playing, you're on TV now, and you got a hit on the radio, and what
Yeah.
was that like?
Well, no, it's not a big thing, you know.
Yeah.
My thing is just to satisfy the audience. I don't care if it was 10 or 10,000, you know, it doesn't matter to me. As long as I'm on stage, as long as I got a band and everybody's having fun and I got something in my spring nuts cup.
Wow, what a plug. What a plug.
We're gonna have a party.
Yeah, we might be Bond nuts by the
Yeah.
end of this.
Bond's nuts, right? Hey, watch that lady.
Only she can get away with that too.
Yeah, I know.
Not me.
So I didn't realize, like, I knew Stevie and Bruce were involved, but basically the band was the band for these two albums. Like the E Street Band was the band recording these. Stan, that must have been going on when they were doing the River
Yeah.
and the Nebraska stuff.
Hmm.
Yeah, well, there was their band, and then I had my band too.
Mm.
You know, my band was on I think 3 or 4 of each of those, or maybe yeah, 3 or 4 of those songs on each album.
Chuck Jackson, JT Bowen, Rusty
Yeah,
Cloud.
yeah.
Gary,
Russell,
where did the U.S. come from? I meant to ask you that. When was it? When did you start with that, and where'd that come from?
that came with Frank Guida again, my ex-manager. You know, he wanted to use that as a kickoff on New Orleans. And for some reason, there was a guy next door to the studio that we had in Norfolk, Mr. Card. He had a delicatessen next door. He was a big fan, I didn't know people were like that, of United States savings bonds.
Oh, wow.
He had the flag of the bond and the big bonds up over his counter. He had the United States, what's his name? The guy with the hat.
Uncle Sam.
Oh, Uncle Sam.
Yeah.
In the store, a life-size thing, you know, with holding a bond up. And so Frank Guida said, we're going to see if we can use that U.S. bonds as a way to get the DJs around the country to play the recording. I don't know what his thought was. I had no idea what he was talking about. But this white man's gone crazy again. The man has lost his mind again. Public service announcement. That's what it was, right? My daughter's helping me out here. And so we use that. So when they put the record out, his New Orleans U.S. bonds, and it was confusing to the DJs. They'd see it in the package and go, I don't understand what's going on here. Is this an announcement for U.S. bond? And so they take it out and they would play it.
Oh,
I don't think it really made any sense, but they played it. So I guess it did make sense at the end, you know. And but yet I there was a lot of confusion back then, and I didn't really care to understand it.
but you stuck with it. All
And
these years.
I stuck with it. You know, hey, look, I'm in Norfolk, Virginia. The hell do I know?
That's, I hear you.
And what have I got to lose? You know.
Wow.
And I forgot what I was saying something else before that. Forgot what it was.
Well, Stan had asked you about where US came from. So
Oh,
did they
yeah.
so did you then switch to Gary US? Like, did you ask to just switch back to Gary US bonds?
No, when I heard Jack Holmes on WRAP radio back then, and he was the first one that said, "Ladies and gentlemen, we have a young man from Norfolk, Virginia here, and here's his new song, New Orleans by U.S. bonds. And I'm like, U.S. bonds? What the hell? I've been in show business 10 minutes and already they done stole my song.
And
They changed my name.
That's
That
what
was
happened to Ryan and Hilligoss. The same thing. No one could pronounce his last name, and same,
That guy.
same journey. Took 5 minutes on the podcast, and everyone's been
gone, you know. But hey, it worked again.
Well, I gotta say, just to chime in that there was a couple of things that some people here in I'm watching on the chat is saying that a lot of people were at the Bruce's birthday show. Stan, what year was that again?
2012.
In 2012, right? And you were on stage with Bruce and doing, you did a couple of songs, and that was phenomenal. A lot of people were at that show. But I remember, just you could see how much you love being on that stage. Even like as of recently, when we were talking about before we came on, when we were at Stevie and Maureen's birthday show at the Pony, and and at the White Hunger, so and whatever, even all these years later, it's like hearing you play those songs. You could see how the crowd is just eating it up as if it's the first time, if they heard it, and you can see how much fun you're having up on stage and how much people appreciate, what you do and what you've contributed to the music, history. But are you on tour now? You're touring currently, correct?
Not touring, I get out there. I hate it so much now, and not because I don't want to do it. These airlines are killing me.
Right.
yeah,
I gotta start getting me some Bruce money and buy my own airplane.
We'll start with
I,
the $5 and then we'll work it out.
if he pay me my money, I may be able to afford a plane. But but going to the airport now is the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen in my life. I swear to God.
Mm,
I hate
I,
it
I,
too.
I can't take it. I really can't take it. So I even told whatever agents, because I do my own book, I do my own everything now.
mm,
I learned over the years that, if I got the energy to do it, it's easier for me to do it than to depend on some of these idiots out there that's supposed to be working for you to do it.
mm,
So I just try to stick with New Jersey, New York, Connecticut, Massachusetts, the nearby area.
Sure.
And the lady asked me the other day to come to Richmond, Virginia, and Washington. I went, I don't know if I can make it because then I got to it's rough out there. I sound like an old whore now. Hey, it's rough out there on the road. So,
Well, a lot of the people are saying, and this actually makes sense if you think about it. So if Bruce owed you $5 back in like 1970, and you collected interest from 1970 till now, that'll actually get you your own plane at this point. I think.
I know.
So we're gonna start a petition and we're gonna start to get because we want you to tour. We want to see you guys play, but we want it playing in Jersey. You do play in Jersey still. I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah. And I'm always in Jersey. I love
yeah.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
There's
my home base.
there's a big show July 3rd at a new venue in Freehold that Gary is on with Little Steven and the Disciples of Soul and Joe Grishecki
Yeah.
and Jay Clemens. So that is in July
And
3rd.
we got I think my daughter just gave me something. June 4th, we're at the Vogel.
Oh,
Oh, good.
okay. Okay,
And
good.
Love the Vogel. Love
yeah,
the
we got
Vogel.
that's my birthday bash there. So
Okay, so see, that's good that you told us. So guys out there, July 4th, the Vogel.
June
No,
4th.
I'm sorry, June
yeah,
4th?
yeah,
June
June
4th.
4th.
Okay, I'm
June
sorry,
4th.
sorry.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
sorry,
sorry.
June 4th at the Vogel. This will be
And
our
then
next Spring Nut meetup.
July 3rd, we were at Park Stage in Freehold.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a
Very
new
And,
venue, outdoor venue.
and then August 3rd, we're at Atlantic City at the Boardwalk.
Oh, nice.
excellent. Wow.
And then August 21st, we're at the Wonder Bar.
Oh,
Nice.
yay.
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 For someone that's not touring, you're touring.
Yeah, but this is light stuff.
Okay. Well, the spring nuts love you, so we're gonna be out there.
Gary, I didn't realize this. I'm looking at your website. You've got a autobiography here. Buy U.S. bonds. That's my story.
Oh yeah, that's been out for a while now.
Wow. I gotta get this. I gotta get this copy.
That's
How
great.
was it?
We're on our second printing now.
Okay. Well,
How
I'll be
was it
getting a
writing that
copy.
book?
It did good. It did real good.
What was that like? Did somebody Gary U.S. Bonds and Stephen Cooper, so he wrote it with you.
Yeah.
What was that like for you to is that something that they approached you about, or were you wanting to do a biography?
Now this is another funny. I have a lot of funny things.
Yeah.
Stephen Cooper is not a writer, but he's probably one of the greatest writers that I've met. He is a fan of mine. So I'm doing Europe, but Stephen's got a lot of money. He's one of them guys, you know. He just has a lot of money. I don't know these people. So he owns this big insurance company that he insures properties, big major properties. So he says, "Are you going to Europe?" And I go, "Yeah." He goes, "I'm going to go with you." I go, "Oh, okay." I said, "What do you want me to do?" He said, "No, do it. Just you tell me where you are. I'm going to book my hotels. Me and my wife. We're buying our own tickets, and we're getting our own transportation." He did everything. We get to Europe, to London, and there he is, him and his wife. But every shop we go to, we get to like I don't know, whatever city in Europe that we're in at the night. My hotel room is like this little room over here. He gets the suite.
Mm.
I go down to get in the car to go to the gig in the little car. He's got the limo. I'm going, who the hell is the star here? And we have he follows me everywhere I go. So meanwhile, when we're traveling, he tells me about his idea that he's always wanted to be a writer. And he goes, and I'd like to write about you. And I went, okay. I said, how are we going to do that? He says, well, I'll just follow you wherever you go. Well, you already followed me now. And he said, and I'll write down everything. So he did. Now, when we get back to the States, he followed me all through Europe and he's recording everything. Everything. I mean, everything. I was afraid to go to the bathroom at that. We get back to the States. He said, I'm paying for everything. We're going to Virginia. Sets us up in Virginia in this huge suite in Norfolk, which I didn't even know they owned one of those. And we meet all of my friends from God, who knows, when I first born, you know, he brings them all in and he interviews every one of them. It was a blast because
Wow.
these are people I hadn't seen in years. He found them.
Amazing.
He says, give me the names, I'll find them. And he did.
Wow.
Every one of them. Brought them in, paid for everything. And we did the book. It was the most amazing thing I ever seen.
That's
He
really
had stories that I had totally forgotten about,
cool.
you know, from my friends who remembered all of the crap that went on. You know, some of it,
Read
Too
the
much.
book. Read the book.
yeah, it was. Even old girlfriends, but we
Oh,
won't even get
wow.
into that. You know? But that's my story.
That's
Okay.
cool.
And I'm sticking to it.
I'll
But
be
it-
getting a
it's
copy.
really a good
So
book.
I'll be getting a copy. Jesse Warren is on here. June 4th, the big birthday Vogel bash. The big birthday bash at Vogel. Come out and celebrate the legendary Gary U.S. Bond's birthday. There will be cake.
Oh,
There
cake.
will be cake.
Yeah. Yeah, and we're gonna have a few guests there too.
Okay.
I got a few. I can't tell who it is. They won't let me tell, but okay. But they,
Stan, the Vogel is the one next to the Count Basie, correct?
Yeah.
The small theater.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Small theater, great place to see a show.
really nice place.
Yeah.
Really, really, really super nice place.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love the Vogel.
You played
Gary-
with Southside before, right?
The what?
You played with Southside Johnny. You performed with him as well, right? Southside
Yeah,
Johnny.
I got a poster right up here too. Southside Johnny and Asbury Jukes with Gary U.S. Bonds.
No. Okay.
Sold out. Where was it? I don't know when it was. Oh, Freddie in the Knockout? Is it Freddie in the Knockouts? Who was that? Oh yeah, I think Freddie in the Knockouts. How do you know who that was?
Very cool. Okay.
Jeff, I don't think so. I think Southside is finally. I think Southside is. He's
Oh
finito.
yeah, he's out of here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's
He's done.
much to everybody's chagrin. He's out of here.
Yeah, Freddie Southside said he don't want to do it no more.
Mm.
I keep telling him, I said, well, Southside, you never did it anyway.
What?
You make a great therapist.
And so it seems to come as a surprise to anybody. Southside doesn't like me too much.
Gary, I have a friend who saw you on a cruise ship last end of October, early November last year. Said you put on a great show. She was over the moon, and then she got to meet you and get a picture.
Oh, cool.
She loved it. She said you put
Tell her,
on a
do not
fantastic
display
show.
the picture. It'll ruin me forever.
So Gary, when you're on stage, is there was a lady there that night at the light of day? Is that your daughter that plays with you on stage?
Hmm.
Okay, what is her name?
Laurie,
Laurie.
my daughter and my wife are with me.
Aw.
Well, she's
Nice.
been a pleasure to deal with through this process. Just want to say, so if Lori, if you're around there, thank you for everything. You've been fantastic.
Hey,
Just for
Laurie,
solving this. Big
they
shout
love
out.
you.
Yeah, we love you. The Spring Nuts love you too, Lori. Thank you for facilitating all this.
She's a sweetheart. She is. That's my baby.
Yeah,
Oh,
she's
love
great.
that.
Yeah, I could just tell she had a huge smile on her face, and she was enjoying the hell out of that light of day that night. I could just tell that. That's why I thought there was a special connection there between you two. So that's why I asked.
Oh yeah, well, Laurie and I she runs a record company with me.
Hmm.
But she also writes most of the songs now that I do.
Yeah,
And like I said, she sings with me.
that's amazing.
And my wife, she always sang, like she was with the Platters and with that group before then. They had a big hit back in what 58, 59, you know.
Mm.
So she's been around. The Love Notes was the name of her group back then. And Brands will look it up. Brands will look it up. Yeah, I know. I know it's the Love Notes, baby. Oh, they love you, honey.
Yes, we love you.
They
We love you.
She said, "Love you back."
Okay.
Gary, I don't know how you feel about this. We have several people that want to adopt you as their grandparent. How do you feel about that?
Oh, well, you see that's what I hate. That's what I hate. I gotta be nobody wanted me when I was young. Now they want me. I'm no good now.
You're
You don't
better
believe
than
that.
you're better than
Don't
good.
believe that.
No, that's not true. That is not true.
But thank you guys. I appreciate it.
Well, thank you. This,
I just want to, before we wrap it up, I just want to say a couple of things. First of all,
yeah.
I'm reading these comments and whatever, and one of the common themes that I'm seeing here, and this is always something that we bring up about all. I know you're not necessarily from Jersey, but we consider you part of the Asbury music scene. Everyone was saying that how they've met you at one point in time during maybe your shows or whatever, and how approachable and how friendly and how amazing you were with them. And that, again, goes with everything that we always say about the Asbury music scene is it's not, just the music thing. It's the way you guys, walk the walk and make everyone feel so comfortable around you. And no matter how big of a star you are and a legend, really, the fact that you interact and are so warm with us. It's so you could see it in all the comments how everyone loves you for that. Just tells about the person you are, not just as a musician, but as a person as well. So that I wanted to share that with you. How people respect you, not just for your musical talents, but because of how you are with them personally. So I want you to know that.
Thank you. You're only as big as your fans.
Well, not many people remember that, but the fact that you do, it just speaks to the person that you are. And I also want to say, again, for us as and Spring Nuts and whatever, thank you for the sport. Thank you for that mug, for using the mug.
Hey,
That's
you gotta have one.
We're
I
getting a
know, no, it's
screenshot of
good.
that, Howie.
I know. I gotta.
That's
I
gonna
mean,
be
that
the
is like
new.
unbelievable. I blew my mind. I'm like, how did he get that mug?
Awesome.
But I just honestly thank you, all kidding aside, thank you for being on the show with us. It's a truly a great honor for us to have you. I can't. It's an understatement, and it's really something. It's something we're gonna remember. One of the greatest highlights we've had in Spring Nuts is having someone like you on the show. So thank you.
Well, it's my pleasure really being here. You guys have always been good. You've been good to everybody, man, and
Mm,
thank God for you. And we should all just say a little prayer for my dear friend Southside Johnny.
absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
because he's ugly and he can't help.
Well, that took a turn that I didn't see coming.
Wow. I thought something was happening with
Right, me
Southside that we didn't
too.
know about. And I was like, what is going on?
No,
Wow.
he's just ugly. Don't worry about it.
Right.
That was awesome.
Ryan, I don't know if you saw the theme here. There's so many things that Gary can say that none of us would get away with.
Right. None of us would.
I'm thinking he needs to come to the serenade.
Yeah.
Okay.
I hope he. I'm gonna see if he'll come to the bash. I doubt it. I mean,
Well, we want you to come to
We might.
our thing, and I'm going to send you our invitation. It's going to be pretty big, but I'll talk to you offline about that.
oh,
And
okay,
a lot of your friends will be around, so it's something you want.
cool.
All
We
right,
love
I'll
you.
talk to Lori. Sorry, Joes,
We
go
love
ahead.
you. Thanks for this.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. Anything for you, honey.
Right. Well, I'm gonna have Julie invite you then, okay? Because I have a better chance than me getting you. I'll have Julie do it. And listen, I get that. She's much more prettier than I am. I'm old, right?
Everybody's more prettier than you,
Oh,
Except for
wow.
Southside. Except for
Wow.
Southside.
except Southside.
Right.
You look-
Gary, if you see some weird lady outside your windows in Long Island, you'll know that it's Julie. So just keep your eyes peeled.
Right, you're gonna regret this. You're gonna want me back at one point. Trust
When
me.
I still up to the best of them. What can I say?
I know, honey. Yeah, you guys are the greatest, man. You're such fun. You're a lot of fun to be with.
Well, we feel
That-
so
Well,
for you. Go ahead, Brian. I'm sorry.
no, I was just saying you've been fantastic. You need to do some stand up. I think you've got a stand up career.
You think so?
Once you're done with music, do some stand up. Do 15, 20 minutes. You're good. You're solid.
If I can stand up, I'll stand up.
We'll get you a stool. We'll get you a stool with the table with water on it. You can.
Oh, thank you. You're a good man.
Well, I just want to say my mother's on the chat, and she says I'm very handsome, so I'm gonna go with that.
Everybody's mom says that. That does
Okay.
not. That has no credibility whatsoever. No credibility whatsoever.
Don't
My
mix.
mom grew up with you. Stan, you got anything?
No, I just want to say, following up what Julie said about being Gary so approachable. One night, this was probably 10, 15 years ago, there was Gary standing in front of the Stone Pony. He must have been playing that night, but he was standing right under the canopy there to the entrance for a good 20 minutes, just welcoming people in. It was like, here's this musical legend. Hey, come on in, see my show tonight. Hey, taking pictures with everybody, signing autographs. And I just thought that was such a cool thing. So it's like there he is, like the official greeter for the Stone Pony.
I'm a very lonely person.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
Well, all the ugly people are, so.
So for everybody out there, info tickets for Gary's birthday bash, June 4th at the Vogel, and then July 3rd at the Freehold racetrack, I guess.
No, not the racetrack. It's
Well, it used to be the
Park State.
racetrack.
The
No.
Park Stage.
Another venue, different
Oh,
brand new
I'm
venue.
sorry. Sorry.
Yep.
It's the
Yeah.
park stage.
The Park
Park
Stage.
Stage.
Yeah, and little
Yeah.
Steve was gonna be there that night too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Gary, will you play? Will Stevie? Will the Disciples back you up, or will you have your own band there?
No, I think I'm gonna have to be with Grishecki.
Shecky.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, I was
Gotcha.
thinking because we already rehearsed like a couple of times before,
Oh, cool.
and and Stevie won't be back, so I won't have time to rehearse with him.
Mm,
You
right.
know, but look, we just kind of get together, and once we have a couple of drinks,
Right.
everything changes.
Right.
It's the way the world should be run.
That's right.
I
That's
wish,
right.
I wish we had a guy now that could have a couple.
So,
Gary, how many shots of tequila were had that night at the light of day between you and Bruce and everybody else? More than one?
No, I didn't see. I see. He does. I don't do that.
yeah.
I got my Cabernet Sauvignon.
Wow, and spring no mug. That's
Yeah, well, it's just Springs. He likes that tequila.
Mhm.
I like that too. But once I do a tequila, then I'm gone for the night.
Mm.
So I got to be careful. You know? See, I'm older than he is.
Yeah.
I got underwear older than him.
I need some of that stuff you got in that mug right now.
Ah, hide the stash, baby.
Whatever it
Gary,
is, keep drinking it.
Gary, I just want to say again, God bless you and your wife. 64 years. That is truly amazing. That's not something that happens very often now.
Yeah, that's what they tell me. That's what. Well, we got 64 more.
That's
You
right. God bless you
Yeah,
guys.
God bless.
And I'm
Thank
not
you.
letting her go because she can cook.
Nice.
Sing and she can cook. What else do you need?
Yeah, well, okay.
Well,
I
We'll
won't
talk.
get into that.
yeah.
We'll talk later.
We'll talk later.
All right.
Well, we just want to, we want to again thank you, Gary, for being here and doing the show. Everyone had a blast, and it's been an honor. And we only wish you the best in life and the best of everything. You should only know of happiness and peace of mind and only good things.
And good health.
Thank
Good
you
health.
so much, my friend.
Thank you.
Thank you so
All right.
much, guys. I appreciate
Thanks,
it.
Gary.
All right. Have a good
Love
night.
you.
ya.
Thank
We
you.
love you. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Guys, hang on a second. Howie?
You're not streaming anymore, right?
No, I took
Oh, yes.
Gary off. I took Gary off. Julie stepped off,
Okay.
but we're doing our post show
Okay.
wrap
I
up
just
here
gotta
for a
make a-
few minutes.
My
Go
phone's
ahead.
dying.
Okay. You can come in now.
That was hilarious.
That was fun.
He's
love that
funny.
guy. I love
Seriously,
him.
he could do stand up.
And you could tell, and you know what? He didn't look like he was feeling well either. He looked like he
Yeah,
was
he definitely had a cold or
cold or
something going on.
something.
Oh,
So
yeah. How old
God,
is he?
I just figured it out. He's 87 years old. I was like thinking, my
Wow.
God,
You've
87
got
years
to be
old.
kidding me.
87. Wow. He
I
was
didn't want to say this, but after Light of Day this year, I was parked a couple blocks down. I was trying to get my way out of the neighborhood, and I just turned down the side street. and all of a sudden I see people and trucks, and I realize, oh my God, it's like everybody that's come, the musicians are coming out. I'm not kidding you. I damn near ran over Gary Bonds in the street. Like he stepped out in front of this truck on the other side. I didn't see it, and I was like,
I'm surprised you didn't say, "Wait, I know you.
I know that guy. I just saw him on stage.
You almost ran me over."
You're that ugly guy.
Yeah, but he was great. He was a great guest. Very very fun. Very. It was different than just hearing the other, just the stories. And you could tell like at times wherever like. But it was good that he was. I think people more enjoyed the fact that he was himself and he was able to just joke around and do his thing.
Yeah, I was getting text messages left and right. I'm dying. I'm cracking up. This guy's great.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it was really, really, really great episode. I'm happy that I'm gonna
Howie,
definitely.
did you have your mom come in here to defend you from all of our
I'm very
garbage?
sensitive. Ask Julia and my stepdad. She'll tell you I'm very sensitive. I'm a very sensitive person.
He is. He's fragile.
I mean, then people calling me ugly and stuff. I thought I was all looks.
Or
That's the only reason. That's the only reason we have you on here is for your
I
good
know. I
looks.
mean, I definitely don't have the chops to pull what you all guys, pulling off here. I'm all about, the comedic relief and or the just, looks. And if I don't got that, I got nothing.
So I will say one thing that I think would have benefited us this time. If we could have played like a little part of the songs that he was talking about. You know what I
I
mean? Not,
thought about that.
you
I
know,
thought about that.
Yeah,
because it's kind of like he says the song and we all go, yeah, but
Uh-huh.
like none of us really know the song, you know?
I thought about playing a little bit of him and Bruce on stage together just to have
Oh,
something
really?
going, but like it was going well, so
Yeah, well,
um
sometimes the sound doesn't come over real well either when you play clips like that sometimes.
Well,
that was funny. And now this guy from New Jersey named Bruce
Yeah, that was
Springsteen. The crowd goes absolutely nuts.
and that was in
Yes.
76.
Yeah.
And Gary had no idea who this guy was.
Yeah, I looked it up. Bruce first started playing quarter to three in 1974. So, yeah.
You know what the funny thing is, Stan, by the way, like I always say that my Bruce, no, let's say my what's that thing with the Beatle moment is Ed Sullivan moment, right? Was when I saw Bruce on No Nukes, right? And again, I was like a Who fan and whatever, and then I knew Bruce's music, but I never saw him live and yet. And when I saw the No Nukes and I saw him do the quarter to three, it was like, oh my God, what the hell is that? I mean, he was swinging the guitar and whatever, but he did it. I mean, it's not the. Then it was funny because I said, well, I want to see, and then I go to Gary Bonds's, version of quarter three, and even when Bruce does it, sometimes lately, it's not like that, ripping through it thing that he did on No Nukes. It's very slow. It's like slow it down. It's not the crazy version that he did on during the No Nukes thing, right? Very different, very different. So I was going to ask him about that, but I don't know if he would have remembered what I was talking about if the No Nukes thing. But it's definitely very very it was chaotic the way he did it on and No Nukes, and then on the album and the way they perform it, normally it's just very, dance-ish. It's a dance type
I
song.
love the way he wrote the lyrics in 10 minutes. Like, come on. Are you
It's like
kidding?
Jimmy
How about
Buffett writing Margaritaville.
he made $127,000 in 1960?
That's
That's
a
like $1
ton of
million.
money.
Wow.
Yeah, that in 1960, right? That's a lot of money. That's definitely a lot of money in those times.
Great guy. What an affable, lovely personality. He doesn't seem like anything gets him down. He just seems just very happy.
Yeah.
That was good. Yeah, I didn't know about his biography at all. Yeah,
Yeah,
it
I
sounded to
didn't
me
know.
like reading those liner notes for the two albums. Basically, the band backed him up in the studio, so I guess they would just do their own stuff and then take a break and do some Gary stuff, and amazing.
Yeah. And I knew he was on some of these rock and roll tours, like he said, with Paul Anka and Bobby Rydell and Frankie Avalon and stuff. Yeah.
Would you, Stan, serious question. Would you consider Gary Bonds underrated?
Yeah, I think he should be considered for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and he never is.
I
Maybe,
did, you know what? I
yeah,
didn't know he wasn't. And when I was
yeah,
looking up to, do a write-up, I
mm,
thought for sure he was in it.
yeah.
And he wasn't. And I thought for sure he was in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. That's incredible to
Wow.
me.
Maybe he'll get in one of those special categories they have, like
Early
the Baseball Hall
influences.
of Fame does the senior committee or whatever. So,
It,
but no knock on Darlene Love, but Bruce pushed her, and it's like you could say Gary's had his biggest hits as Darlene Love. So
Right.
yeah,
No, but I would think that I consider Gary Bonds very underrated.
yeah,
I mean,
he had some huge hits. 1960, 127,000, 1.4 million. Wow.
Wow.
mm,
That's some serious money. And I mean, that was just that 1 year.
and that's
yeah.
when he just started. Like
Right.
that, you don't, most people don't see that in, that equivalence in their lifetime.
What was that from? That was just from quarter to three?
From
No.
no, from New
New
Orleans.
Orleans. Yeah, New Orleans.
Oh, wow.
You also got it, I'm looking at some of the concepts, but there's also it crossed my mind. It just, and I know we can all appreciate this as Springsteen fans and Spring Nuts and whatever, is that the songs that Bruce gives away are like you wouldn't like most men would say, I'm not giving this away. Like Holy Blonde happens to, I love that song.
So
Um,
Bruce wrote Jolie Blonde?
Well,
No, that's
it's an
not
old
true.
it's
Yeah,
a I didn't want to say anything, but
yeah,
it was traditionally done by a guy named Moon Mulligan
oh, really?
yeah,
See, see,
who was
that's
like an early Jerry Lee
yeah,
Lewis type guy. So I think it does have some Cajun roots, but I think Bruce maybe came up with that arrangement that we know, but
oh, really?
he did not write Jolie Bond. That's an
I
old
didn't.
traditional
yeah,
song.
See,
yeah.
no, I didn't know
It
that.
goes back to 1946.
Wow. See, take away my spring nut card. Um, all right. So all these years, I thought that was a Bruce song that he gave away, but Ron,
Really? But
but
like, just Jolie Blonde, it just doesn't sound like Bruce,
really, no,
Right.
but he gave it away. So
He
The
gave it
like,
name,
away.
just the name. It just
What just
doesn't,
so
what
Rendezvous and
it sounds Cajun.
this little girl he wrote, and that's I always said I wish Bruce would play. Well, which was great when he did it in Light of Day, right? He did Light. I was
Yeah.
so happy to hear him sing that because I always wanted to hear Bruce play that song. And what was it? So there's Rendezvous with this little girl. Which other song did Bruce did give to Gary Bonds?
he gave him two on that first album, and
Yeah, out of work maybe.
Oh, out of
Out
work,
of
out of
work.
work. Yeah, out
Yeah.
of work. Out of work is,
I'm out
yeah,
of work.
yeah, I like that song. And that's when I got into Gary Bonds, obviously, it was those were the hits and but those are great songs, that Bruce like basically gave away, could have made it on tracks at one point. At least.
Yeah,
Like, it sounded like he just called up Gary and said like, hey, this song sounds like you. Come on
come on
over,
down.
you know?
Hey, listen, imagine if the Ramones would have taken Hungry Heart, you know, could have changed the trajectory.
John said, absolutely not. You are not giving away Hungry Heart. You're not giving away, um,
Yeah.
what was the Donna Summer song, Stan?
Fire. Wait, Fire was the Pointer
protection,
Sisters. And
Point is
protection. Cover me was
protection.
right. Yeah,
Right.
was right.
You are not giving this away.
Mm.
it's crazy. Like, some of these songs that Bruce was really just, I have so many, I can just give them away and they're
Yeah.
done. It's
As Stevie said, it's like if he heard something that he thought would be a hit, he didn't want it. He wanted to give it away. He didn't want to put it on the album. He did not want hits.
Mm. The next one, Howie.
they
Thanks.
did win.
Yeah,
Thank God.
Protection. That's what it was. Protection.
Nice.
protection.
Thanks, Stan.
Yeah.
See,
Yes,
thanks.
Stan. So the next one, what is Stan? Is the basketball game still going on?
Yeah. Matter of fact, it's halftime, so I'm gonna go watch
Okay.
that. Michigan,
Yep.
UConn.
We're done here. I just wanted to do a
Lynn wasn't too bad with her comments.
No, no, no.
What?
we're still streaming.
Oh,
Uh
I didn't
so
know.
what is the score? Hey, what is the score on the UConn game?
They're up by 4 at halftime.
Hmm. What happened in the women's game yesterday? Did Tennessee?
Jeff, Nix is with a K, not an N, not Nix like Nick Fuentes.
Oh, Jake didn't get moved on?
No, that was
Yeah, he's out.
he's out.
Oof. Ouch. Poor Jake. Jake, if you hear this, we are sorry for that, buddy. But the dude's what, 22 years old? He's gonna have a long, illustrious career in the music scene. All right, Howie.
Yeah.
Oh, hang on. I'm gonna stop streaming here. All right, everybody. Is Howie stay on? Everybody have a good night that's watching. Have a good day. Be well. We will see you maybe
Next
sometime.
week? No.
Maybe.
Well, I just want to say, Stan, I know he let the cat out of the bag.
Wait,
but-
I'm still streaming.
I
No,
just
no,
said
no,
next.
that's okay.
I
No,
just
that's
said
okay.
next
Okay,
week.
no.
Okay.
Question mark. Next week.
We're
Okay.
trying,
Okay.
we're trying to get, I'm not gonna say, we're trying to get Lynn Goldsmith on the podcast and
Oh.
so I don't want to let that out of the bag until I have it, but yeah, but we're working on it to try to, get Lynn Goldsmith on. I know Stan didn't think we were on air, but but we are, and it's okay, it's fine. Sometimes we announce the guests beforehand, so I mean it slips, it's fine. So hopefully we'll
It
get
happens to me all the time.
yeah, well hopefully
I just said next week like a question mark.
hopefully we'll get Lynn Goldsmith on. We're
Next
working
week?
on it. I don't know if it'll be next week, but we are working on her,
Right.
and I know it'll be a great thing. Working on it.
Stan, please tell people what's going on behind me here in this picture.
That is from the Hollywood Bowl in 1981. It was from some sort of benefit. And I believe they did This Little Girl together.
Wow.
So that's when Gary was sort of like just was relevant again. He was, like he said, on the Holiday Inn circuit. So, and then all of a sudden, Bruce and then Steven worked with him. And This Little Girl, I don't know, maybe went to number 4 on the charts.
Yeah, I love
And-
that song.
Yeah, that was a hit. And let me just see if I can pull that up. That
And
was,
check out those sideburns on Bruce. Wow, those are like some
Yeah.
Elvis pork chop sideburns
yeah,
there. Wow.
1981. Let me get the date on that. And what kind of benefit it was. It was
The Hollywood Bowl.
Hollywood Bowl. I've seen a show there. It's a fantastic place.
Oh, really?
So this would have been at the end of the River Tour or during June 14th, 1981, Survival Sunday anti-nuclear benefit with Jackson Browne and Gary U.S. Bonds as well as Springsteen. Bruce did Jolie Blonde with Gary U.S. Bonds, Hungry Heart with Gary U.S. Bonds. A song Brother John Is Gone with Jackson Browne, Gary U.S. Bonds, Graham Nash, and Stephen Stills.
Wow.
Yes.
Very interesting.
And then the next night, I'm just looking at Bruce face. He played with Gary at a bar in San Francisco. He did 5 songs with Gary. How about that? Wow.
He really is a legend, and you know what? Just watching him tonight and how comfortable he was, and how funny he was, and
Where did he got the mug from?
I don't know. No, the only thing I could think of is that I honestly think that you know what, that's where he must have gotten it from. He must have gotten it from the when at the Stone Pony, when at Stevie and Maureen's thing, when at Teach Rock, when we were there and they honored us and whatever, we brought all those things for them, and he must have gotten when I think I think that's where he got it from. That's the only place,
Amazing.
and that's where I remember bringing them. I remember bringing them for everybody.
Yes.
But I didn't think, like, all of a sudden I was watching the thing. I'm like, is that a spring net?
He said, "I've got my mug," like right
Right,
away.
right. He said, I got my mug. I'm like, I don't remember seeing that on this on my where my shipping list when we were shipping out things. I don't remember seeing Gary Bonds.
Seriously, you need to take a screenshot of Gary holding his
I'm going
mug
to.
and like make that a promo or something.
Yeah, listen, I gotta tell you, I know it's self-serving and I don't mean to be this way, but listen, for me, it's just like it's just crazy to me when I see like someone like Gary Bonds holding a spring nut mug. I'm sorry, it just makes me a little laugh that like, someone that my mother loved growing up, and I remember when we were at the Pony, and I said, "Oh, we met Bruce, and we, the Stevie," and then she saw that Darlene Love and Gary Bonds was there, and she was like, "Gary Bonds and Darlene Love, oh my God," and the fact that he's holding a mug, it's just, and God knows what he had in there. I mean, in the beginning, I thought it was tea. Because he was sick, but then towards the end of the show, I'm like, that's got to be like wine because this guy is flying.
I don't know. His personality
No,
is so good.
Gary brought up a good point. Like he obviously thought about that ahead of time. He's like, "Oh, I'm going to be on the Spring Nut Cafe. I need to get my Spring
Right.
Nut mug." Like he had it there on his desk. Like he
That's
thought
amazing.
about that.
I
Isn't that amazing? I really did.
I didn't realize the person that I was going back and forth with was his daughter.
Yeah.
I thought it was someone that worked in his, his whatever you call it. So, and then when he met, it's like, oh, I didn't know it was his daughter. But that's great. She was a pleasure to
And
work
she was right there. She was giving him the information. She was right
even
there.
today, tonight, I was like, I didn't realize that Jake, the American Idol, was on tonight, and I'm like, oh well, I don't want to pull people away from voting if he was able to move on, and whatever. So when I told them, they said no problem, we'll do whatever you want, and the only reason why I'm mentioning that because these things I noticed, he was sick. You can
Yeah.
tell he was sick.
Yeah.
He could have honestly said, "I'm not feeling good. Can we do it another night?" Or whatever, and I would have totally understood. But he didn't. He, at 87 years old, and he's got a bad cold. You could tell, and he still said, "No, I want to do this." And yeah, do what he even said. You want to go 9? We'll go 9. I'm like, no, 8:30 is fine. By then we'll know. But this shows you again what kind of person he is.
And he's from the generation where they don't just take excuses.
Right.
Right, right.
Yeah, right.
He says he stays up late. So
Yeah,
yeah.
Exactly.
I think this should be a normal thing. Like we get Gary a late night session with Gary U.S. Bonds, the comedy hour from
Oh,
Gary U.S. Bonds.
he was funny as hell. It was really funny. I really
Well, and he even said a few things before we got rolling that he didn't
right. Like,
share, but I was like,
only he can get on. I wouldn't even dare
I
touch those things.
one thing he said, I was like, what did he just say? But it just flowed out of him so easily.
Yeah. Lynn
But
Gary lives on Long Island. He said
but
he's,
Yeah.
I don't know what town, but he's lived
but
there for years. I know that. Yeah.
but it's refreshing. It's refreshing to see. Like I was reading an article today about Lisa Kudrow from Friends. Okay. And she was saying how she doesn't watch comedy today because it's too restrained. They're afraid to say things that,
Right.
that they were able to say back then and then whatever. And he couldn't, and couldn't give a crap. Gary said whatever he wanted to say, and it's refreshing because we have a sense of humor. I mean, we're not. But he was saying it about himself. He was saying about it just
He's old school, man.
right. He's old school, and it's something that you miss these days. You know what I mean? Like,
Seriously, he's got that touch. He's like, we need to say a prayer for Southside Johnny. And I was like, well, wait,
right.
what
Me
is something
too.
going?
Me
And he's
too.
like, he's so ugly. Boom! Like
Right.
coming in hot, coming in hot.
Dude, I thought he was also doing that. I was like, what happened to Southside Johnny?
I was like, oh no, now the
Oh
real
no!
story's gonna
Right,
come out.
right. Like
I
I
was.
thought something that happened.
When Bon Jovi drove Bruce to the rehearsal in Ocean Grove, Southside lives very close for there. So after they left, I took a ride by Southside's house. Southside's got this real small house in Ocean Grove. And I was just curious if they stopped by to visit Southside, but they didn't. So,
Well,
yeah.
oh, listen,
Well, it
those.
sounds like Gary thinks he's gonna pick him up for the serenade. Bring him to the serenade. He goes, I'll try to get him.
Uh, again, it's like, the Hank Azaria thing when when he says, "Yeah, I'm coming," and I'm like, I'm not sure if you know what you're getting yourself into. Yeah, it's not, we're not talking about it. It's not. I didn't invite you over for dinner. It's like, okay, this is 500 people who are gonna swarm you. So
I
Yeah.
missed it last year. Like I was outside the whole time, and then I heard he was there. But like, how long was he there? Was he just doing selfies? Like, what was
no,
going on?
Hank came in and he told me it was coming. And I said, okay, and he says, don't worry about it. And I said, okay, I appreciate it. I knew he was playing Atlantic City the night before and just invited him like I invite everybody. And, he says that he wants to come, and I said, okay, great. And then when I didn't really believe him until he says, I'm going to come, because everyone says, yeah, yeah,
Right.
you don't know. And then all of a sudden I said, okay, now I have to be a little bit real and explain to him what this is about. And, and there's only so much I can. And they mobbed him like I thought, but he was great. He took it all in and he did as much as he could, but it was maybe 15, 20 minutes.
Okay. Then he got out
And
there.
then, yeah, he got it. Yeah,
Yeah, I didn't even see him. People were saying, "Oh, Hank Azaria's here," but I usually hang in the back, and I never did
right.
see him.
No,
Yeah.
he hung out with Vinny Lopez and
Yeah.
my mom for the 15, 20 minutes she was there. But again, it's a lot, it's a lot for them. And but it was I appreciated that
I
he
think he enjoyed, like, after the fact, I think Hank enjoyed our conversation because he could just talk about Bruce with like-minded people like us, and he
Mhm.
wasn't getting mobbed. He wasn't getting asked for autographs or selfies or whatever. He could just have a conversation about Bruce. Like, it was clear that he was enjoying his
He's a
time.
fan. He's a very big fan, obviously, and he's doing cover, stuff. And listen, it helps his, what he's doing. Not acting. Acting, he's excited, but to do this type of show, listen, this is what you want Springsteen fans and Spring Nuts and to come, and it's a big, so it's a right. It was a good.
Even pushing anything. You know what I mean? He
No.
just wanted to come on.
Well, he had a great time. He loved
I
talking
love
about
that.
it, and his stories were great. Everybody's stories were great. I mean, the what's great about the podcast, and this is a testament to the three of you guys, is that you are making it about them, and it's
Oh, that's the key.
yeah,
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
we're not bringing them here, even though this is Spring Nuts. We obviously want to. There's a connection to Bruce, and we want to talk about some of the stories that they've had with Bruce, but it's not the premise of what we're
No.
doing. We want them to talk about them, and we want their story out, and they appreciate that, and and also from the viewers that are tuning in, they're feeling the love. A lot of times they're not seeing the stuff on Facebook, but I do send them some of the screenshots so they do get an understanding of what is being said
Oh,
about
you
them.
have to listen to him.
Huh?
You have to
Stan, Stan, the June 4th show for Gary at the Vogel is the between things. It's that week. It's
Oh,
that
wait a
week.
minute.
It's that week between
Yeah,
stuff.
is that a Thursday?
Yes, Thursday, June 4th.
I probably won't be able to be there.
Oh,
You might
that's
not be able to be there.
right. Depending on what
Howie and Julie
happens.
might not be able to be there. Yeah.
shoot.
Hey, Howie, serious. I got a suggestion for a hot Spring Nut Cafe. Are you ready?
You know me and hot,
Mrs. Your mom needs to be a guest on the Spring Nut Cafe.
My mother?
Your mother needs to be a guest on the spotlighted guest on Spring Nut Cafe.
She'll never do it.
My mother couldn't do it. No way.
What? She's not a talker. She doesn't want to be
But my
on
stepdaughter probably is
screen.
more than willing to do it.
Hey, come on in. Come on in. Tell us everything you know.
Oh, she's legal counsel for Spring Nuts, so we can't bring her on.
Your mom's not a talker. She wouldn't want to talk about you. What?
No, it'll be about me, and that's not what I want. So
We want to hear it all. What the little Howie running around with his bare baby feet and his diapers and Outlaw Pete. We want to hear the saga of Outlaw. Oh, she's here. She says, "No way, she's not doing that."
Oh, that's not her.
Oh, that's not her. I'm
No,
sorry.
that's
I thought
Ivy.
That's my sister is not my sister, Ivy.
Wait, what is your mom's name? Was she on here and typed something earlier?
No. I was joking.
Oh, that's why you said that. And I looked down and I saw Goldstein. And I was like, oh, I guess that's his mom. That's
Well,
bizarre.
that would scare me a little bit. Gotta do 23 and me and see what
Maybe Howie and I related. I didn't know.
yeah.
Norma.
Hey, Howie, I just want to say I'm looking at BTX,
Oh, good.
My God, they're
I know
blaming.
my picture's up
Why?
there again. I know.
Every once in a while, there's some news I pick up there just to see. There's some things like, oh, I didn't know that. But they blame the spring nuts for running every GA line.
Isn't it ridiculous?
My picture's up there again today.
Yeah, and someone even said, where does this come from? They don't run any of the lines. So anyway, it just makes me laugh. They hate me
So
there too.
if there's anyone out there that knows BTX and knows and I'm not joking when I say this, there's two names I'd like to find. The River, whoever that person is, that's a female. I have my suspicions, but I'm not I can't peg it. And yes, this is a real name, Footboy. Okay. This is a real name, by the way.
I am looking
Footboy?
at these right now. Yep.
Yeah, those are the two people for some reason I live rent free in their heads.
Yeah.
And for some reason I
Boy.
yeah, Footboy, this guy's a real name. I don't call him that. I call him another name which I cannot say on this thing.
See,
But
what about
I'm
see
just
how
gonna
he?
read this. Sorry if this is an incredibly stupid question, but if the Nuts have no legal right to control entry, they don't work for the venue, they don't work for Bruce, could they be sued for preventing equal access to the venue?
Yes.
Self-important,
Wow.
stalking, delusional F-tards.
in
Wow.
LA, much less. I'm
Yeah.
supposed to be running this from here
And
from
and
LA.
then someone, to their credit, said, where did this idea start that the spring nuts run all the lines? I have done many roll calls and know people who do many, and it is almost never run by a spring nut.
No, it's never
Yes.
been run by us. It's never been run us.
I know it's
It's
just sad. It's what an
It's
unmoderated group does, where people
when I,
hide behind screen
when I
names.
when I
Howie, this is one of the reasons we need to do what we've talked
I
about.
know.
And I just
I'm told you it was my idea. I just would like to do it for sure. Just we have so many guests lined up. We got to just find the spot to do it. But it's like when I see on our and Spring Nuts and we get like in one day like 50 requests to join the group. I say, okay, well, I know not joining it for me and nothing Bruce has said today and whatever. So let's go to BTX and see what's going on over there because that's choice number, really the choice. And sure enough, I go on there and all of a sudden I see my picture there. They take my picture.
your picture?
Yeah, my
A
picture's up.
picture of you?
Yes, picture of me at the serenade. They use the same one all the time, and they put it up there, and they say, and the spring nuts this and the spring nuts that, and blah blah blah. And meanwhile, it has nothing to do with nothing. We never run a pit line. I've never run a pit line in my life, and never will. And I keep saying it, but for some reason, I think they need to justify what other people, their friends are doing because, again, everyone complains about having the same people in the front, and I'm not going to get into it. But the thing is, if you look at the people, I mean, it's not like you have to, do some homework. Okay, it's very easy. Even like a punk like me can do it. All you got to do is look at the videos and the thing in the and look at the same, and then you'll see the people we're talking about. And those are the people that are, you know, always in the front. You never see me or Julie in the front, maybe once. Okay, you've seen that.
Philadelphia 2020.
Philadelphia, and that's the infamous.
Wait till the garden.
Right. Okay. All right. God Almighty, help me. But I'm saying, it's like you know what the answer is. The people that are complaining about it are the people that are doing it.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
I'll say this, the ones who are up front, they put the time in. They're not cheating to be there.
That's
Right.
fine.
And they are putting the time in, which is their decision. I may not agree with you have to start a line 5 days in advance,
Right.
but they're putting the time in and doing it. And
I don't have a problem with it. I've done it my one time and I'm good with it. I don't care about it and I don't want to do it. I never wanted to be associated with it. But I'm going back to what you're saying here is that they're implying that Spring Nuts are the ones orchestrating it. And meanwhile, we're the ones that never part of it.
That's because years ago, somebody was wearing a spring nut shirt
Okay.
and they were running the line.
So I'll give it to you. So if someone is wearing a Little Steven shirt, okay, Does that mean all Little Stevens fans are running the? I mean, I mean,
No Stephen nuts.
okay, but it doesn't matter. That's not the point. The point being is that you can't, it's like generalizing someone that's wearing a shirt doesn't necessarily say unless you okay, I hate to say it like this, but it is what it is. Me and Julie run this group. Unless you've heard that, I'm not gonna hide behind it. If I'm saying I'm doing something, trust me, I'm posting it all over goddamn place. Okay. I'm saying that I'm doing this, we're holding this event, we're doing this, we're doing this, we're doing this. If I'm running a line, trust me, I'm not going to run behind. I'm not going to run scared. I'm not doing anything behind any of the scenes. I'm going to say, we're running this line. This is where it's going to be. So everyone would know. That's not my thing. I
We're
have
just
no,
an easy target. We're a very easy target.
Yeah,
it's
they're
just
very
funny.
easy target. Yep.
Yeah, but every time when I open up BTX, all of a sudden I see my picture with the
Yeah.
pointing from the serenade. There's my 50 people
Yeah.
that are trying to join the group today.
And they hate me. I'm a stalker fag.
They hate me.
Yeah, all types
You,
of things. But I did get upset, which I talked to Howie, and I'll say this in public. I don't care. I had asked Don Springnuts to please not post it on BTX, and someone copied it verbatim on BTX. I mean, I don't think I'm asking that much, but okay. And I don't know who you are because BTX hides behind screen names. That's why I like Howie's thing. We don't use fake names on Springnuts. You have to let us know who you are.
well,
You
I'm
you
Howie
know what
Jack.
my secret name is? See how he farts.
Oh,
That's my
I
secret.
knew that
That's
was
me.
you.
That's me.
I
That's
knew
That
me.
that
guy,
was
yeah, you
you.
banned him. Yeah, he was,
Yeah.
Stan Tom Cunningham just posted. He says, "My career as an American Idol viewer comes to a screeching halt. Rock on, Jake
yeah, I
Thistle."
saw that earlier. I agree with him. I think mine is too. So,
Dude, I haven't watched it for 20, probably since Underwood was on it 20 years ago. Like that was the last season I think I watched.
yeah,
Anyway. All right, everybody watching at home, Howie, stay on here for a minute. Stan, go watch the
but
game.
I'll stay on with you if you're gonna.
Oh,
Well, we got 35 people still. They like what we're saying. I guess.
see, this is why I said this. Like,
Yeah.
people love our
The
post-show,
after show,
the
like Bill
after
Maher
show.
does. He has a YouTube after show.
That's
So,
right.
uh,
My stepdaughter is loving. She's gonna throw me out of the house.
Everybody. Oh, yes, Irina has changed. Howie, I don't know if you know this. Do you know Irina Rossman?
Yeah, right.
Yes, I know. I'm kidding. On the stream the other day, she says, "I'm going to change my name to Anna something." I was like, "What?" Says, "I want to go incognito." So I do the Seder last night, and sure enough, she changed her screen name on Zoom to Anna, whatever the last name was.
Well, Arena, I'm gonna have to put you as one of the suspects then.
Yes, if you see an Anna Davis or whatever the name was, you know it's Irina. So keep your eyes peeled. Everybody watching at home, thank you for joining us. Gary was fantastic. Seriously, if you're in the area for either the June 4th thing or I'm sorry, Stan, I got it wrong. So it's not at the old racetrack, it's somewhere
no,
else.
no, there's a new venue. It's where the Monmouth County Fair is.
Oh, the
It's
Monmouth
being
County
put on
Fair.
by the Count Basie Theater. It's called the Park Stage. It's an outdoor venue, and there's the B-52s are playing another night. Jason Isbell's playing another night.
Oh,
This
really?
is one of the
I think we
shows.
have
Yeah,
tickets for that. I think for
yeah. It's July 3rd. It's all standing, and there's VIP areas. It's all GA though. It's sort of like the Pony Summer Stage, except you're not by the ocean, and it can get hot out there. So, but yeah, it's not the racetrack. The racetrack closed, although it's still there. But this is it's right off Route 33 as you get into Freedom.
Wait, so is this a venue? I thought you said it's kind of just like an
It,
open field and they're
it's an
putting a
open
stage
field.
up
They're
and
putting a venue. This is the first year they're doing it.
okay,
They're building a temporary venue that's
gotcha.
going to go there. So.
I'm worried about Gary. He's 87 years old. It could be 100 degrees that day. Like the poor
Well,
guy's gonna pass
he'll
out.
be backstage and with water and fans and all that. It's the fans I'm worried about myself, to be honest with you. But also June 4th, not to take anything away from Gary's show, please go. But there might be something else in the area that night too that might be of interest. So
which is a couple of days after the serenade.
yes, which you hinted at originally. Yeah, the Serenade Sunday. So this would be Thursday and possibly Friday. And
Yeah.
maybe something Tuesday too. I don't know, but you'll hear more about that. You'll hear.
Ivy Goldstein, I apologize for getting you confused with Howie's mom. He
Oh,
said
she's
that.
like a
I
sis. Ivy's like
looked
my sister,
down, I
so it's
see that
fine.
name, and I was like, oh, that's Howie's mom. I don't know. I just happened to be her name. Anyway, everybody watching at home, stay tuned. We will have another cafe or two maybe in the works soon. So stay tuned. All right, everybody, have a good
Everybody.
night. Adios, muchachos.
Good night.
I'm going to end the stream. Stop live stream. Sorry. Oh, live stream. There we go.